am just testing right now. I just did a stream test with this thing called StreamYard on Windows. There's not a lot of good software out there for doing these sort of things, but StreamYard looks pretty good. Just so you know, I'm doing alternative videos between my Facebook page at Quant Labs Net and here on the YouTube channel, Quant Labs. So we'll be alternating between the two, trying to determine which one to go with until we get everything all sorted out on this particular computer. But in this video, I just want to show you the setups that I'm going to make for December 30th, Monday. And we're just testing out the reach here of YouTube on using StreamYard and whatnot. So before I get started, as always, if you like what you see, you can always join our get a bunch of free trading books and whatnot quite easily at quantlabs.net/book, and that will basically get you all set up for that. All right, so let's get started here. Hopefully, where's my screen here? Sorry about this. All right, so, oh man, this MotiveWave, or sorry. All right, so let's get started here. I've talked about on my last video on the channel, Quant Labs Net Facebook group page. Here we're going to do, and that was focusing on crypto. Now what we're going to look at is the forex. This is pretty by default using a Wanda. If you know me, the spread cost is way too high, so I only focus on a few pairs. And right now, what you're looking at are the different charts. Obviously, there's been some really good ones, specifically with Euro and Australia dollar. So let me go into what we can look at on our watch list. We have here out of box all these pairs here that we can easily go through. Let me just see here. So let me make one big massive watch list. So I'm going to create a new watch list. I'll create a watch list of everything. Call it watch list all. This has not been set up even on my Mac. Sure, I'll do a quote sheet. All right, so what we want specifically is a spread. That we definitely want. So in the group here, let's see, we're going to call it what, watch list all. Okay, so here we should be able to see. I haven't done this in a while, so what we need here are all of these pairs. And how does this work? So we're adding our instruments. We have a new group, which we don't need because we should see them. Usually, oh, we're doing a quote sheet. I think that's what's throwing us off. Okay, so let's create a new watch list. All but no quote sheet, I guess. All right, spread. Okay, so here, still can't get access to those groups. Local. Usually local. Okay. Here we go. This is what we want. So we want CFD. Okay. All. Sorry if we're messing up here, but Well, what I could do is I could just leave it as is, like I had on the Mac. When we do that, might be easier. Okay, so I'll cancel out that. So we got all these different watch lists that we will create. Watch list all, I guess. Next. Spread. We're back to where we were. Weird. Okay, so we are going to create a new watch list. We like Australia pairs. You can see the market's not open right now. It's not live. We shall look at Canadian pairs. Not much there. We can look at watch list of the British pound, euro. And then we have GBP open. And then we also have our USD pairs. Okay. Okay, so what we have here is everything looks not too good. Everything seems to be down. I don't know if that's got anything to do with the fact that the markets are closed. Let me just see here. GBP watch list. Okay, so we got through that mess. All right, so let's do a scan. If we can't do anything, we can at least do a scan. So we're going to create a new scan. We'll call it, it's a harmonic 4-hour. Harmonic 4-hour. Next. Now here we have what I was looking for. Euro, GBP, and USD. Okay. So we're going to do a scan on all those. Now it's really important we do 4-hour for it to be effective. Okay. Next. All patterns. Now we can start. Now the interesting thing is usually the Australian is pretty good. The Australian pairs do pretty good. So from this, we'll be able to do some basic setups, but once the markets open up local to me, Eastern Standard Time, I could probably set up some Asian or evening, like the Asian as well as the European. I don't know why the U.S. markets have not been doing too good lately for the pairs, but let's get this through this first. How many? So we have 30 pairs in there, and while we're at it, why don't we do another little spiel here. So if you want and you're into this, just come over to the quantlabs.net/book for some free books, PDFs, and all that. We don't spam as well. In the meantime, we are done. Yes. All right. So what we're looking for again is the excellent scores. Now watch this. You can see here, Australian Canadian's been doing really good. Canadian CHF, that's a shorting opportunity where our target is below the current price. Some of these other pairs do really good. The Euro Australian, GBP Australian, Australian New Zealand. That is something I do like. That's a very good. Sometimes you got to overreach. Australian CHF. Let's quite a few of those. Canadian, CHF, Euro, Canadian, and we'll leave it at that. So what we're looking at for the charts, we have, okay, so we are going to create a new chart here. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to create a new chart. Australian, Canadian was one of them. That's looking pretty good. So not sure if we have, no, we don't have our template in this workspace. Okay, so we're going to create a new workspace, as I hinted at in the other video on Facebook. Two studies I like right now are Ichimoku. Boom. Okay. You have to set up my signaling emails and all that, and the analysis files as well. We'll do a create. Okay, so that's Ichimoku. You can see the signals here, the markers. They're pretty good. And we'll do one more study that I like to use, the volatility stop. Volatility, I'll just do stop. Easier. Okay, volatility, I like this. And again, I explained the latest video in the Facebook Quant Labs net page for how I work with this. So I'm not going to blab about that. So in the meantime, I'm just going to apply these. What we're looking for is the exit stop markers here, which are really good. So you can see here, we've got a good entry here, and that means it should potentially, well, there is upward momentum. That's a 15-minute chart. Let's see the other scan here we're looking at. So the Australian CHF. Okay, let's go back to the chart. Australian CHF. Now this may not happen, but you can see that's got a nice run up there as well. But it does show the Ichimoku does think there will be a drop. So I'm not sure if this will be a really good one as well. But it's better than nothing, I guess. And the other one we looked at, well, Euro Canadian, Canadian CHF. So we got the Australian CHF. Yep. And I think we'll leave it at that. The Canadian CHF is just not that compelling. Euro Canadian actually looks pretty. Yeah, there's two harmonics, so that might be a good one as well. Okay, so we'll do a Euro Canadian. Euro Canadian. All right. Okay, we'll apply that as well. So we have here the template. We can save as a template here, and we'll call it Ichimoku. Ichi entry volatility stop. Boom. So we should now have the Ichimoku template that we can easily apply to any chart. That's pretty cool. So as it stands right now, I'm going to leave it for these three: Australian Canadian, Australian CHF, Euro Canadian. Okay. And I got a lot of stuff to set up tomorrow: the Python signaling, the analysis files that people can get access to in their MotoWave. Let me just tell you about some of the current sales that we have, because it is Boxing Day week, if you're familiar, the British or Canadian. So right now, we've got a couple activities happening. So as I said, if you want just to get on the list of what's going on, quantlabs.net/book is available. So as I said, if you come into the store at Quant Labs, easiest way, I'm going to get a URL for this. I think it might be easier. If you just go into quantlabs.net, you'll find a link in there called store. that will take you to either Quant Analytics here or Python. So if you enter in for either of these products, 2020, you get a 30% discount. That's available till tomorrow night. All right, so that's available for tomorrow night. So that's the first sale. The other sale that is going on is with MotiveWave. Come into the MotiveWave link here, and then that will give you until January 1st, 25% off most MotiveWave product. Those are big savings. I don't know when the next one they'll do, probably not till the spring. So it'll be a long stretch of months before you can get a good discount if you like what you see with MotiveWave. Right now, I'm showing on my windows now, and I can interface that with the crypto orders with Python on top of, I get the live trading as well happening out of box with MotiveWave as well, with Awanda. That's what I'm using, as you can see here in the console right there. All right, so we're going to leave it at that. Try to keep these videos short. I believe this one's about 16 minutes. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll like this style of videos now from the Windows environment. There's going to be a lot more interactivity with StreamYard as I get a little more professional. But I can do both YouTube, Facebook, and that's pretty killer. So other than that, hopefully you'll get into this and join the YouTube channel by subscribing. Obviously, hit the notification. We'll be doing more live events like this because over the last couple of weeks, these have been working amazingly well with MotiveWave. It's one of the only, well, it's the only platform that I've seen that can offer this much power compared to other platforms out there that I've seen. Anyways, we've talked enough. 12:30 here. So I'll end it there. Thanks for watching, and have yourselves a good day, evening, wherever you're at. Later.